Buenos dias. I hope you're having a good week so far and are kind of getting used to the way our schedule is looking. I know this is our first actual presentation of material day, so for some of you this looks a little different. You are actually only watching the video and you don't have me in class, which is fine, right? Because if you're in class, then you're getting the same material. As you probably know, or we have already talked about, or you have already guessed, we're going to have to do a lot of talking this year. So as we are only together half of it at a time, and then on Fridays we're virtual, that's going to look different. So we're going to be doing some discussion activities where you record yourself and respond to each other, things like that to simulate conversation. Okay, so we'll work through it together and it will be just fine. All right, so what are some of the first things that you need to learn when you are learning to speak another language? You've got to learn how to say hello, what your name is, how are you, just very basic phrases, because otherwise you're not going to be able to talk to anybody just even in passing and greeting. So that's what we're working on today. We're going to go through these words together. I'm going to say them for you and pause, and I want you to repeat them. Now, I know if you are in front of your screen at home, that's going to feel really weird, just doing it by yourself, but that's okay, because if you don't practice it, you're never going to get it. Watch my mouth to see the way my mouth works and try to simulate that. If it feels weird, then it's more likely right. You have to change the way you move your mouth when you are speaking a foreign language in order for the words to come out and sound right. All right. Other things that I want you to do, make sure you take the time to write these words down as a list of vocabulary. It is a research-proven strategy that if you write something down, it is the same as if you say it 7 times or read it 7 times. So you will pick it up a lot faster and you will remember it a lot better. So please make sure to do that. Okay, well, let's get started. We are starting with basic greetings. First, we're going to look at greetings for someone that is familiar. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you this PowerPoint in addition to the video. In fact, this video will be linked to the PowerPoint, so you hopefully will have already figured that out, how to see both. All right, ready? Hola. Remember, so sorry. Apparently it was on a timer. Let's try that again. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Bien. Bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Más o menos. Más o menos. Regular. Regular. Notice those both have the same meaning. In some countries, más o menos is more normal. In others, regular is more normal. Okay? Mal. Mal. And not on here, but you can also say muy mal, right? Same as muy bien for very good. Muy mal would be very bad. Let's hope we're never very bad. ¿Y tú? ¿Y tú? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? And again, those that have the same meaning, it just depends on the country that you're in as to which one you would use. All right, if you were talking to somebody more formally, like your teacher or your principal, a great aunt, a boss, things like that, these are more of what you would use. Now, you can use these with somebody familiar also, but these are more common as a sign of respect, just that little bit of formality. All right. Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Señor. Señor. Señora. Señora. Señorita. Señorita. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, let's break that one down. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay. ¿Cómo está usted? Bien. Bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Regular. Regular. Más o menos. Más o menos. Mal. Mal. Okay, notice you still answer the same way, whether you have asked, well, the person's going to answer the same way, whether you've asked ¿Cómo estás? Or asked ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, the response is the same. There's no difference for formal or informal on the response. Okay, leave takings. I gotta go. Okay. Hasta pronto. Hasta pronto. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Nos vemos. Nos vemos. Tengo que irme. Okay, we'll slow that one down also. Tengo que irme. Irme. Okay, good. Now let's do the whole thing together one more time. Tengo que irme. Remember, you can always rewind and redo it if you need to. All right. Adiós. Adiós. Ciao. Ciao. And again, choosing which one to use as a country preference. Okay. Who are you? I used to love Alice in Wonderland when I was little. Okay. So we still have that formal versus informal thing. You'll notice on the screen where it says that we're talking about a friend, we're talking about somebody formal. Okay, here we go. Repeat, still repeating. Me llamo. Me llamo. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Again, notice that's for a friend. Encantado. Encantado. Now, if you're a boy or a male, you will use encantado. Okay, if you are a female, you will say encantada. Okay, encantada. Yes, we do have a gender difference. Masculine generally ends in an O, and feminine generally ends in an A. We'll get into that more a little later. Igualmente. Igualmente. Te presento a. Te presento a. Perdón. Perdón. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Okay, and you can also say, ¿cómo se llama usted? Okay, ¿cómo se llama usted? And if you are introducing to somebody formal, instead of using te presento a, you will say le presento a. Okay? Le presento a. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. El gusto es mío. El gusto es mío. ¿Quién es? Okay, who's that? Now you can also be more specific and say, ¿quién es él? ¿Quién es ella? Okay, this is like if you're looking for a name, or if you already know their name, you could say it trying to find out who they are in relation to that person. Who's that? We're not going into that yet, though. Okay, so ¿quién es? If you think you know their name, but you're not sure, you could say es, and then whatever their name is. So, for example, if Mr. Bonds walked in, and I thought that was Mr. Bonds, but I'm a new 8th grader, and I'm not 100% sure, I might say, es Señor Bonds? Okay, es Señor Bonds? Is that Mr. Bonds? I think it is. All right. So they might say, no. No. Notice it's the same. Okay. And again, if I'm talking about Mr. Bonds or somebody formal, instead of saying ¿Cómo te llamas? I can say ¿Cómo se llama? Again for what is his name or her name. We used it for what is your name formal, and we're also going to use it again if we're saying what is his name or her name. So one more time. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Okay. Se llama, his or her name. So se llama Señor Bonds. I don't know why Mr. Bonds is in my head right now. He's not in the room with me. Okay, but I'm sure many of y'all have him for history. So se llama. And then our last word, and I think everybody probably already knows this one, is sí. Sí. Okay. So that's the end of our vocab for right now. Again, please remember to write these down. It will help you remember them. I'm going to post a link to a Quizlet with them also, as well as the link to this video will be in the presentation, the slide presentation, which you'll already know because you'll already be looking at it. So, muchas gracias. I think you did great. As long as you were talking with me, you're going to be fine. Please make sure that you finish out this lesson, watch the sample conversations, do the discussion questions, and complete the writing activity for today. And I will see you tomorrow in our Google Meet. Hasta luego.